Welcome to another Cubed Gamers discussion with me, Robin. Today's discussion is going to be about inventory systems in games and how they can be done well and how they can be done badly. I'm using several examples of games in this, so if you're not familiar with the 6th generation gaming history, you may want to get away now. Now, many games have a necessity for an inventory system. It's useful for collecting items, for organising them, and for moving through different menu screens, adjusting the options in the game. Thing is, sometimes these can be really poorly designed. Case in point is Valkyria Chronicles, a game for the PS3 which is a mix of RPG and turn-based strategy games, along with a little bit of a third-person shooter element. The menu for this is appalling. It has about 7 tabs, each of which has about 10 sub-tabs, one of which you have to use to change the tabs in the main menu, which contains those 7 tabs. The game is presented in book form and makes you play through the story that way. However, it's really annoying because it uses a menu system that demands you watch each cutscene every time, but also asks you if you want to watch it before every one, as if you can proceed without doing so. The way your party is handled in that game is very awkward as well. You have to go from the main menu into tab select, select headquarters, select yes to go to headquarters, select squad select, go into the squad menu, go into each individual character's menu, then change out their weapons. If you want to change weapons, you've got to go back to the headquarters, go into research and development, develop something to which you have to say yes again if you want to develop it, go back out of R&D, go back into the squad sub-menu, change their equipment again. It's all bloated and messy, and it is not immersive. It takes you out of the game and makes you feel like you're playing with Microsoft Excel. Now, games with a good inventory system, Resident Evil 4, one of my favourite games for the GameCube. This used the attaché case system, in which your character was shown to be carrying around a briefcase containing all of his equipment, items and weapons. In this, each item took up a specific number of squares in the case, such as a gun taking up maybe 6 by 12 squares for a particularly large weapon, or an egg taking up 1 by 1 because it's very small. This worked well, and it was sort of fun to organise all your items to make sure that everything fit together neatly. You could even organise your case by different types of items. It was very efficient, very fluent, and fit into gameplay well, even though it did mean you have to go into the menu to swap weapons every time. Similarly, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker had a decent inventory system because it was accessible with one button. It had everything you needed on it and on just 2 screens, which you could switch through using the shoulder buttons. Average time spent on the menu swapping out weapons was about 5 seconds. It was very unintrusive, fit the tone of the game, and ultimately was easy and fun to use. So, what makes these inventory systems different? One, they're not cluttered. They don't have masses of menus and sub-menus and sub-sub-menus and an option screen with about 4 levels of depth to change something on the main screen. It was very simple, very efficient, very easy to use. What could also be done is make the aesthetic match the rest of the game. Sometimes, like with the early and some of the later Final Fantasy games, the menu system did not fit with the tone of the game at all. I'm talking of course about Final Fantasy XII, which used a futuristic looking menu scheme alongside steampunk airships and sky pirates. It worked as a menu, but it ultimately wasn't very fun to use because it took you out of the game. It took us away from the amazing sense of immersion that you should be getting from a game. So game developers, I'll set you another challenge. If you can build a menu system equal to or better than Resident Evil 4, your game automatically gets a pass in that area, including ease of use. If you can make a game that doesn't need an inventory system at all, but still has a unique and interesting variety of weapons and items, kudos to you, because you win the prize. What the prize is, I don't know, because I don't have any money. I'll buy a packet of Star Mix for you. Hopefully you'll take these things on board and next time improve your games. This is Robin, over investigative about gaming aspects. Over and out.